G'day viewers and welcome to Wimble Train. Today I'm going to have a look at a Scratchbuild playground that I did recently. So we'll first have a look at the master drawings for this. As you can see, highly detailed. Now I sort of worked out the measurements from another kit that I have, Langley Models playground kit. Now I've got one on one of the other modules I have, so I wanted something similar but different, so I decided to make my own here. So I'll run through one by one on basically how I did them. So first up, I did the slide and basically used a piece of polystyrene channel. I'll show you which one I used in a minute. And I had this old ladder left over from another kit, and that worked out perfectly, so I just glued that on the end. Now as you can see, I've got a couple of bends in the polystyrene. Now this is the channel I used. So it's the 3/16 4.8mm channel. Now to bend that, basically I got some pliers, held them like so, bent that into shape, held it in front of a heat gun, and then let it cool, and then it stayed in position. Important to note, don't leave it in front of the heat gun for too long. We had a couple of disasters, but we got there in the end. So that's the slide done. So next up, I had a go at doing, I'll just put this one aside, I had a go at doing the swing, and I've put a little figure there just to give you an idea of scale. Hopefully you can see that. It's just a bit taller than him. Now this was made using brass rod, and I soldered all the joints. I originally tried to glue it, but it kept falling apart, so I just soldered them with a fine tip soldering iron, and then gave the joints a bit of a file. The seat is the 4.8mm channel that I used on the slide, just a piece of that with a couple of smaller brass wires there. So the brass rod I used for the frame of the swing was the 0.020 inch or 0.51mm. Hopefully you can see that there. That's the part number there. And then the wire that holds up the swing seat was actually this one here, which is 0.010 inch or 0.254mm. Very fine. So I basically drilled a hole in each side of the channel, poked the wire through, super glued it in. So if I pick that up and show you that a bit with different angles, I should say. I think it turned out rather well. So then we did this, I'm not sure what you call that, but the roundabout thing. And that was just polystyrene. I had a hole punch about that size. You could also cut it by hand. And I've just put a smaller piece underneath. And you can see also the holes I drilled for the wires. So I just bent those to suit. Now that was the same wire that I used for the frame of the swing. So that's what that looks like. And then lastly, I did the seesaw, which is basically, that's just a piece of 1mm card underneath for the middle part. The support was just a offcut of a toothpick, and then I've just cut out two small bits of polystyrene to represent the seats, I guess. So we'll get all these painted up, and then we can actually stick them on the layout. Right, so there's the playground all painted up now. Painted up in the colours of your choice, it's fine. So what I'll do now is I'll show some slides with close-ups and measurements and the materials in case you missed the what I was talking about before. So then we'll just finish the video with that. So thanks for watching. I hope you find this useful, and you might want to have a go at making one. Little bit fiddly, but not too bad at the end of the day, and I think it's turned out rather well. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers and non-subscribers. See you next time on Wimble Train.